What's good, everyone? It's Nigel here, Black Sex Apparel. So I'm going to respond to a quick video I saw today. I don't know how old the video is, but it's a video of Charles Barkley in America. Everyone most of you should know who Charles Barkley is. If you're a sports fan, certainly if you're an NBA or basketball fan, you would certainly know who Charles Barkley is. He's a legend. It's a game. And I'm normally in agreement with a lot of things he says, but he broke down, like I said, I don't know how long ago the video was, but he broke down a situation of him visiting schools. Clearly, in America, being who he is, he goes around, he does speeches at schools to inspire kids and whatnot. And he said he went to when he goes to schools in America, if it's for example, a predominantly white school, and he asks what their aspirations are. I think he said is 90% would say they want to be doctors, lawyers, physicians, neuroscientists, whatever. And they would delve into those sort of fields as their their prospective careers. That's in direct opposition to him going to predominantly black schools. And when he asked what they would like to be or do as a career, they would essentially say sports stars, NBA stars, or I assume National Football League stars, American football, or musicians, etc. Without further ado, I'd show you the video I'm referring to, and I'd give you my response to it.
Like, let's say I'm at a white school. I said, how many of you kids want to play pro sports? Less than 10% raised their hand. I said, what do you want to do? I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be an engineer. But when I go speak at predominantly black schools, 90% of the kids want to play sports. 90%. There's a couple like, I want to be a doctor, which makes me really proud. But our kids are brainwashed to think they can only play sports and be entertainers. You got a better chance of being a doctor and a lawyer than playing in the NBA. I tell you, there's 400 players in the NBA. What are the chances you're going to be one of the 400 best players in the world? And I'm not trying to bash their dreams. I wish everybody could do it. But you have to also be realistic. You're not going to play in the NBA. Who are we kidding?
Now, Charles broke it down. I'm not saying he's wrong. I just kind of have my side to that story as well, or in addition to what he said. I think the reality is, like I've always said, like I've always preached with my brand, and why one of the reasons I created this brand, Black Sex, is because representation matters. You cannot be what you cannot see. So for young white kids, they're, in terms of aspiration, especially here in the West, America, Europe, UK, etc., the field is vast. There's a vast field of inspiration out there for them in terms of a career, in terms of what they aspire to be. So it's not limited to an extent, right? The things they aspire to be. If you want to be a doctor, there are numerous doctors they could see on TV all the time. Wherever they get, they see people who inspire them from. If you want to be a lawyer, they see representation in themselves all the time, right? So it's normal for them to aspire to become those things, and that's in direct contrast to young black kids. Hence, representation matters. You cannot be what you cannot see. For a young black kid growing up in the West, growing up in the UK, growing up in America, you don't see that many representation in those fields. It's really quite simple. There is no, there is nothing else that can explain it. There's nothing else that can explain that why, as he said, 90% of black kids want to be sports stars, because they see sports stars as their representation. The Michael Jordans of this world, the LeBron James of this world, Serena Williams, and though tennis hasn't really picked up, but Coco Gauff, you speak to her, she would tell you the reason she plays tennis now, and she's one of the top players in the world right now, is as a direct result of Serena Williams, right? Again, representation matters. You cannot be what you cannot see. So So it's not really it's not overly complicated, is the point I'm making here. And I'm surprised Charles Barkley didn't pick up on that point during his dialogue. So yeah, it doesn't matter where you come from, what skin color you are, etc., etc. If you come from a place where you need things to aspire to, the people that you see that look like you, or the people that you see that come from the same place as you, you're more likely to aspire to be those things because you believe it's achievable as a direct result of seeing those people that look like you or come from the same place as you doing the stuff that you one day aspire to do. And that's it. So the reason Black Stakes was created again was to, again, to open up the minds. That's one of the reasons, I'd say, one of the many reasons, is to open up the minds of people that look like me, people that come from the same background as me, irregardless of skin color, to believe that they can achieve anything, or they can achieve the same thing that I've achieved, being a business owner, being the owner of Black Stakes, right? So if we were to ask a young black kid to name, or anyone, not just a young black kid, a young white kid, to name me a black-owned company or business, I guarantee they would struggle. They can now. Black Stakes Apparel or Black Stakes exist, right? So we're not quite there yet on that level, on the Nike level, but one day we will be, and I believe that. I strongly believe that. So there you go. That's the point I was making. That's my take on it. Representation matters. You cannot be what you cannot see, and that's all that comes down to. That's the only reason you see representation in certain fields, and kids aspiring to be certain things because they see people like them in those fields that represent them. So that's it. I hope that makes sense. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Tell me if you totally disagreed with me, or if you totally agreed with me. You never know. For one, someone might actually agree with me. Whichever side you take, even if you take the Charles Barkley side, yes, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. For now, take care. Nigel St. Louis, Black Sex, signing out. Peace.